What's up, everybody? This is now the third video I'm making about this project, which I think means it's getting pretty serious. So I still don't really have a name for the project, but definitely doing some work. Super quick summary of what I'm trying to make here. This looks like your average tower defense. Let's say you can put towers here on these little spots. But when you place a tower, you can also enter the tower. The tower is not considered finished or built or active until you enter the tower and climb to the top, hit this little flag, and you pick a tower type. So let's just say it's the basic tower. And you can see there's also some coins inside the tower. After you reach that flag at the top, these rooms are going to load in on the side, and there's going to be some interesting reason to explore these rooms, and we'll get there one step at a time. Since the last video, I was able to implement the random selection of these rooms from pre-made scenes. So over here on the left, you see Tower Room 1 through Tower Room 5. So basically just picks one of those rooms at random and plops them into the tower. Sounds very simple when you say it like that. I have also organized the absolute heck out of the file system here. There were a ton of scenes that were like fragments of ideas that I had that kind of fell apart. Just stuff like that. So it's a lot cleaner now. It still looks like a lot, but everything's organized into folders, so it's kind of nice. The coolest thing that I've added since the last video is that now there is a second tower type other than a basic tower. And I really like this. The flag that's down here, I was just using this for testing so that I could just spawn in and walk in, hit the flag. But for cool presentation's sake, I'm gonna go to the flag that's at the top. So Ballista doesn't work, lol. It actually does work now. I had to change this label. So when you click this, the tower has an ammo amount. You can see it written right here. It's beautiful. That counts down as it fires at enemies. Oh shit. I am going to hyper break the game if I hit both flags. So let me try this again. So the ammo counts down as it fires enemies, and I want the player to have to constantly re-enter the ballista tower to find its like ammo room and do something like this, what you're seeing here, where I'm like carrying ammo and I'm kind of just like wasting a bunch of time in order to reload this tower. And obviously if you have too many ballista towers, you can't be in all of them at once. And then I could see certain bonuses or upgrades affecting how this ammo reload works. What you just saw probably doesn't look like much, but I'm very happy that it does exist because this is now the first unique tower. It's not just shoot at nearest enemy. So I'm happy with that. That's what has changed since the last video. The purpose of the last video was to talk about how I wasn't sure how to build the tower up to the flag, and then also create the rooms on the side. And obviously I've mostly figured that out now. Now I have two new problems, both of which I think are fine for now. They're not like immediate urgent problems. Number one, when a room is added to the tower, it's using this, what is this called? Is this an object? Is this a class? I think this is a class. Very new to programming still. Okay, so it's using this directory access class, which is basically opening these folders of tower rooms, or the central chunks to build the climb up to the flag. How many times am I going to do this in the video? Probably about 10,000. It's opening up those folders and selecting a random file in there, loading that file, like opening that scene, pulling out the data it needs from the tile maps to then add to the tower. This directory access class does not seem to work if you export your project, because when you export your project, the folder structure kind of changes. And because these paths are like written out, if the folder structure changes at all, then they don't work anymore. So big problem number one is I need to figure out a better way to save these. And I don't really know what that is. And it doesn't make a difference right now because it works if I start the game through the editor. But if I export the game to a .exe file and I try to open that, it just crashes. So not good. Big problem number two, all of the objects in the tower, such as coins, spikes, things like that, they are all in this tile map layer called tile map layer objects. And they are all scene tiles. So these are entire scenes. So let me find them. Tower objects. So this is one coin. It has a sprite, it has a hitbox area, and this is just a little parent basically to hold the script. This entire scene exists as a tile map tile. And the way tile maps can instance scenes like this is a little funky. As the game gets bigger and there's more unique things happening, having each of these, like you could see in this menu, kind of looks a little ugly, right? Like these preview images aren't even loading right. This anchor left is like the whole, like what? So I think I need to figure out a better way to work with and add these objects into the tower rooms. And I don't know what that is yet. Future Matt will figure it out. He's a very smart guy. What I'm heading toward is kind of like a very simple, very short vertical slice of the game. I kind of want all the systems up and running. I would like to actually fill like these other rooms with an upgrade at the top or something interesting like that. I would love to have special enemies that kind of interfere with your platforming in some way. And once I have like a vertical slice of stuff all working together, then I can really decide a theme to the game, you know, start thinking about that kind of stuff. Because right now I feel like I need a little bit of like explanation of like, who is this character? What are they doing? Like, why are you exploring towers and like getting to the top of them? Like, what's actually going on there? I think if I can answer those questions, it would help me create more of the game. So right now, my goal is that short vertical slice. And hey, maybe next video, I'll be at that point. That would be cool. I never really know what to say, like to like end the video. So like, usually when I'm editing the video, I just like find a spot and I'm just like, yeah, just like end it right there.